monsters I want to see.
Welcome to Gamersledge Podcast, the weekly podcast about video games with news, reviews, analysis, and opinion. Keeping you up to date on how to wisely spend your money for video games, movies, RPGs, comics, books, and more for over 16 years. Find us online at gamersledge.com. And now, your hosts.
The robot intro. Mark, you're roboting. Now your screen went out.
Well, I thought he switched away from that microphone.
Hello and welcome to Gamersledge Podcast.
There he goes. You put on his face on. Okay.
That was actually tough to get back there. Come on in.
Oh.
What the hell is going on?
You're being invaded by the things.
Twitter is freaking out. All right, there we go. I think I got it. Hello and welcome to Gamersledge Podcast. Come on in.
Future?
Technical Bugs Edition.
Sit down, relax, pull up a chair, have yourself a Barks root beer. Barks, delicious root
How
beer.
about not your dad's repair?
It's been good since 1898.
I want that root beer.
It's finally.
Relax.
I saw it around the. There's a sign for it around the corner. Can't wait to get it.
It is a conversation between friends, a look at the video gaming industry, and a look at what it means to be a hardcore gamer. Joining us this week for our panel, starting all the way on my far left, is, of course, the man from the Ozarks, Turo.
That's me.
And next to him, the Lego negotiator, Dave.
Hello.
And also joining us from the Assassin's Templar War, it's Kate.
Hello. Doing research on our reader mail because I was like, what?
We have reader mail and a good amount of it. Joining us from the other Great White North, it's Matt.
Howdy.
And
Matt's
joining
actually
us,
more north than me,
yeah, I know.
geographically.
And then joining us from 30 miles south of the Great White North, it's Nick.
Hello.
So, lots to discuss this week. We have a jam-packed show full of news, reader mail, things to talk about. But let's go around the room and find out what everybody's doing since the last podcast 7 days ago. Turo, you were not even here.
Yeah, it was poor planning.
What have you been up to?
My part. But that is
What have you been playing for the last 14 days?
Okay. Calm down, Mark, please. Calm down. I bought Bloodborne.
For the Xbox One?
No, for PS4. It was
you.
on sale. I had
Your PS4 started up with like 3 inches of dust on it?
no. It's on. It's we're playing it now like crazy.
So wait a minute. First of all, there's so much to unpack in this little kernel of information you just gave me.
Yeah.
Number one, Souls games. F that. I don't want to do that. And
Yeah.
you're playing one now.
Hold on. So Duncan moved in just for the summer. He has a job here in Branson.
Donuts?
Well, maybe. No. Just Duncan.
Okay.
Sammy's little brother. And he got a job here, and he just wanted to live here for the summer and hang out. And I was like, sure. And he goes, hey, can I buy Dark Souls 2? And I go, no, that game, no, those games suck. I'm not going to let you play that. And he's like, no, it's so cool. And I'm like, you have a temper problem. You will destroy something in my place if you play that game, so no. And then he's like, what about Bloodborne? I was like, well, that's only on the PS4. And he goes, hey, it's on sale. So we looked it up. It was on sale. I downloaded all my PS Plus stuff. And he was like, I'll go halvesies on it. I was like, oh, halvesies. And ever since someone described it as the visuals are very H.P. Lovecraft,
Mhm.
I was like, I love H.P. Lovecraft. So I was like, okay, you know what? Well, I'll go halvesies on it, but you play it. I'll play a little bit whenever I can, but you play it, and then I'll just fall in love with the visuals and the graphics and whatnot. And that's pretty much is what's been happening. When he plays it, I'm in love with the scenery and everything and the monsters and the crazy. Oh man, that is some imagination that those people have created, like that they have to create some of those monsters on there, and such inspiration. Like I can see the H.P. Lovecraft kind of inspiration that they got from it, and some of it's crazy. As far as the gameplay, so many times that you dodge and he gets stuck on a pillar, like just pointed out on a bridge. He's like, "Oh no, oh I died," and you just die. I was like, just because you move your joystick just a little bit, 5 centimeters, than you should have.
Well, that's just bad situational awareness on your part.
No, I didn't do it. I'm watching Duncan play.
No,
When I play, I'm like dead. Oh, look, I died. Oh, I died. Oh, I died. Duncan, you want to play? And he goes, sure. And so I'm actually enjoying it more watching someone play it than me playing it.
So you literally, when you play, you see more of the load screen than you do of the actual game.
Well, no, they fixed that apparently.
They did.
So not so much for others. I loaded up Destiny to try out all the new stuff because somebody that started work this past week is huge into Destiny on the Xbox One. And he's like, do you play Destiny? And I was like, I guess sometimes. He's like, can you start it up? I need someone to play with me. I was like, sure, okay. So I did a little bit of that. That was fun. What else? I played other games. Oh, Transistor on the PS4. I'm just catching up on all the stuff that I missed out on there.
You have been downloading all the free PS Plus games, right?
Yeah. My favorite game of all time is downloading games. You know this. That's all I do. I just download games or install them, and then I'm like, whew, that was a good game. That was awesome. Let's do another one.
That's all I have time for, yeah.
Pretty much. So work has been crazy, but yesterday I worked yesterday too. Monday is when it happened. That's when it all went down. And I think that's about it. So, yeah.
Timber. Better move, you better dance.
Dave,
Yes.
how have you been?
We're okay.
And what have you been playing, sir?
Or what have you been building, sir?
I've been playing Jetpack Joyride because Jetpack Joyride Deluxe because I'm a few days away from having every trophy in that game.
Wow, you need to stop that, man. You're about to platinum a game.
No, it's not a platinum.
You're about to finish a game.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, I'm about to 100% a game.
You did that at Axiom Verge, I thought.
I didn't 100% Axiom Verge. I just finished Axiom Verge.
You just finished it. Okay.
That will be 2 games in 1 year, sir. You are reaching.
I know, and there might be.
You've got to do it now before the baby comes.
That is
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
'Cause
Sick
then
on never.
you never touch it again.
Well, once they get to like high school, maybe, because then they're gone and they got to do projects and stuff. But maybe.
Honestly, actually, high school is worse. Babies are much easier to game with.
He knows he's used them as controllers before.
Yeah,
Those controllers?
it's a good arm workout, but they're not so heavy that you can't manipulate them.
And they just plug right into any system.
Yeah,
Oh, if you have a boy, what if you have a girl?
Male to female.
there's an adapter for that.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
So there's that. I downloaded a couple things that I didn't get a chance to try yet on the Vita. Most of the stuff I've been playing on the Vita a lot lately. I started reading the new Neil Stephenson book.
Which one?
It's about the moon getting cracked. Oh my God, what's the name of the book?
Mooncrack?
No.
Crack Moon.
Oh my God,
That's the new drug on the streets, yo.
I'm totally blanking on the name of the book.
Mooncracker.
No.
Planet Cracker. Marker. Dead Space.
Shush.
Dead Space.
I heard Planet Cracker or Moon Cracker, and I went
Crack the moon.
Crack?
Moon
It's
Cracker.
seven evs. Seven evs.
Yeah, 7 evs. Yeah.
Seven evs. Seven evs.
Seven evs.
I don't know where
Welcome to
we've,
Gamersledge literary.
we've lost.
literary.
It's the word 7 followed by eves. So I don't know how you're supposed to answer.
Seven Eves.
Nevers.
Seven
Eves or
evs.
seven
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 evs.
Eves yours. All right. So,
Anemones.
So
Loud noises!
yes, are you enjoying your seven Evs?
I am. You know something? I did not know the name of the book. It's just Neil Stephenson's new book, and I hit download.
That's awesome.
I didn't even know that. I really like.
I've never even looked at this before.
This is the first time I'm seeing the title of the book.
Oh, there's a book.
So I just downloaded it on the Kindle, and I've been reading that, and that's starting off pretty good. It's very interesting.
So we found another bad thing about ebooks. You can read an entire book without knowing what the title is. You never had to look at the cover.
That's just my fault. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, you don't look at the cover on those things that often.
Like ever.
Only when it's
Yeah.
resting.
Because you can bookmark them, can't you?
Yeah.
I don't know about the Kindle, but doesn't it have the cover when it's resting? Like in sleep mode?
No, it shows like a blank like a Kindle screen. It has like a
See, my
screensaver
Kobo
kind
shows
of.
the cover.
Yeah,
I
it
always
does
get
not
to
do
see
that. It just shows like a bunch of other stuff. So that's been good. I built the new TIE Fighter that Lego came out with. It's the Ultimate Collector Series. It's the big huge one next to the X-Wing. So I just did that for the podcast. I'm pretty happy about that.
When did you build the helicarrier?
Oh, the
Just
helicopter.
4
That was
weeks
built-
ago.
Yeah, that was built a few weeks ago.
I guess. Oh, because I haven't been on for a few weeks, and you weren't on last week, so that's why I never noticed until now.
Yeah. So that's there. I got the Winter Soldier little minifig. You know, that's the big giveaway this month. If you spend like $75 at the Lego store.
It's not a giveaway.
I love
You know,
how
you got that the same
I-
day I got my catalog advertising that.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he's like, that's what it was this month. Yeah.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
Because next month you'll spend another $75 to get whatever the next month's is.
No, that's not one. That one's not going to be a special thing, and I think it's only going to be $50 you have to spend next month.
Only. Nice. Well, we'll have lots of Lego stuff to
in the
talk
Lego
about.
store.
Yeah, we'll have lots of stuff to talk about regarding Legos with you a little bit later.
Yes.
Anything else that you played this week?
Not too much. I watched, for some reason, I picked up some old ECW Blu-rays that they put out. These like ECW Unreleased or something like that is what they were called.
Yeah.
And it just has like all kinds of like old matches from like the old Philly days. And that's been kind of fun.
Cool.
I have two CDs of that right next to me, actually.
Yeah.
I forgot.
There's
something
a
that I
volume
did.
3 that just came out.
Nice.
So
You forgot something, Thorough, quickly?
Yeah. Rick and Morty. I finished the first season. Oh my gosh, it's the most genius sci-fi show on TV right now.
Oh, we're not talking that
We
anymore.
don't talk about TV anymore.
TV and
No, it's
movies.
something that I watched.
Oh, okay.
I was gone. That was it. Jeez, that was my case, yo.
Oh, actually.
So Kate,
Yes.
who knows what? Never mind. I was gonna make a joke, but I totally screwed it up. So Kate, how's your week been?
Not like aside from record keeper, not really productive. Like I haven't had.
Keeper super productive.
Yeah, we should probably go ahead and start talking about that. So
Well, I
what-
wanted to mention though that this week, like, my PlayStation Plus is going to run out at the end of the month, and I don't have the money to renew it. So I'm going to try and get in a bunch of PS4 stuff. Like, I've been playing a little bit of Mortal Kombat because Tanya was just released. So I tried her out, like, very briefly. Holy mobile. Like, she can basically, like, teleport into a teleport to a kick to another teleport. She doesn't ever have to touch the ground. It's pretty awesome.
Awesome. I can't wait to play as her.
And I played a little bit of Final Fantasy VII, and continuing on that. I just got Vincent in my party. I still have to try Ether 1. I downloaded that when I was free last month. But yeah, so let's get into Record Keeper. So King Mark will never be dethroned in the crazy.
It's impossible.
You're like a Japanese robot playing that game. It's like you're always like posting all these links like to Reddits and stuff, and I'm just kind of like dee. I'm just gonna play at my own pace.
You're saying that in jest, but that's actually reality. Because I cut my teeth on gaming with Japanese people, so I treat it more like a second job than I do.
Yeah,
I have fun,
and that's what when I know on Facebook Matt was commenting, it's like, "What? I'm never gonna be able to." It's like, don't go by Mark, because I remember you were talking about when you first got into Final Fantasy XI, and it was just like Japanese people play games very differently than we do, and I'm not into that mindset, and I'm too set my ways to change my mindset about that kind of thing. So I'm just like kind of going about it at my own pace. I only have 3 level 50s, but I have a big, like over half the rest of the cast is between level 49 and like level 35. So I've leveled up more of my cast. That's why I don't have as much at the higher level. And I don't have as much stamina. I only have 80 stamina. But I got locked.
I'm at 89, but I've been neglecting doing the rest of those because there's been.
Well, they're in higher levels now too. It's like they're hard to get, and even with all 50 party, or like a party that's 50s and some higher 40s.
And the fact that they're throwing all these events at us to try and catch us up to the Japanese client.
Yeah.
It's to the point where I haven't had time just to go do any, like the dailies. I haven't touched the dailies in like...
Oh, still, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I ignore the events because that's like Friday is upgrade, Saturday is guild, because you need guild after you do the upgrade one, and then Sunday is the XP one. If you don't do the XP one, you're insane. Like, Sunday should always be daily dungeon day. So, like, because I know I got... on Sunday, I got Cyan from level like 20 to like 30 in just one day. And so I got Locke. I haven't tried for Phoenix yet. I've seen that it's kind of insane.
Take lots of ice spells. Don't do it the way I did it, which was totally stupid.
Lots of ice spells?
Yeah, take lots of ice spells, because if you want to champion it, you have to not use the ice spells, which is what I did, and I ended up burning 14 mithril just to continues to be. Oh yeah, it was pretty brutal. Because once I was like 3 mithril in, I was like, well, I'm committed. And he's ridiculous. He's got like, I don't know, 120,000 hit points, and he gets harder as you go. So it was.
I might not be getting Phoenix. Like, if it gets too annoying, I'm just like, F it.
Well, the nice part is
I have too many things in my head that get me upset. Record Keeper should not be one of them.
Keep in mind that now that you've unlocked all those elites, you don't have to do them all in order again. You can do whatever you want out of the list.
Yeah, that's true. I am doing them in order, though, just because. Like, in that way my party can kind of level with the elites, because it's like, well, I'll just bring them in. But I actually went back, because I'm more than halfway done. I think I finished the Opera House in Elite, and it's just like, I'm noticing a big disparity in... Because you can, like, auto just the regular scrubby monsters in the elites. But then all of a sudden, all the bosses...
Like 7 times harder.
Yeah, well, their hit point. It's not that they're, like, doing, like, 10 damage. It's just
their hit points are sick.
Yeah, it's just, like, insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, man. Mm-hmm. Like, since I did the Opera House, I just bought Orthros. Well, I used to call them Ultros. They changed it to Orthros. Whatever. Oh, the purple octopus, in case people are like, who are you talking about? Yeah, but he was in the elite one. It's like he's not doing that much hit damage to you. But it's just like,
your guys
I ran out of spells. I just have to auto it now.
You waste through all your gauze and all your spells, and then you're down to nothing, and he's still not dead.
You just have to auto it. Yeah, and he's still alive. He's not killing you, but it's just like, oh, come on, just freaking die already.
But then you waste all your cures, and then you just get to sit there and watch him nitpick you away, and it's like, you aren't that strong. This isn't fair.
Yeah.
So needless to say, lots of events going on, and we'll.
And the next
I
one
need to
should be
talk to you
coming
guys after.
soon. I've been. Well, in Japan, the one I think Squall was a reissue, but you could get Zell and Cypher.
Don't say
That
that.
just happened in Japan.
Don't say that I can get Squall. I will spend money to get Squall.
No, Squall's coming sooner.
Yeah, Squall's
Squall's like a separate thing.
I will put
Squall
money
was
in
a
this if I get
reissue for
Squall.
this one.
Squall's
I will
going to be
put-
part of my main lineup.
Oh,
Yeah,
Squall is
Squall.
going to be my first 50, and I have Cloud up to like 42 right now. So
Tifa was my first 50.
no, I
But,
still don't have a 50.
I will say
There's
that.
an event happening on the 7th, maybe, but I don't know what it is.
All right, last thing that we can say on Final Fantasy Record Keeper before we move on, but just FYI, if you play through all the normals for this event, Nick,
Mm-hmm.
you will be able to get any first level character that you get up to level 37 by spending all the eggs.
Just straight up.
Straight up level
Just
37.
eggs.
Just eggs. It's what I did
Same.
with. It's what I did with the Locke.
The new guy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
Six.
take him to 36, because then you have another FS6 character. Okay.
Right. I don't like him. I'm not going to use him ever again. But I was trying to get him up to champion that last Phoenix battle. But
I'm not
that's
as
what
like
you're talking
I'm
about.
not as
Okay.
married to like having I've got to have this person in my party because I kind of want to level everybody, and that's the way I always am in Final Fantasy games. It's like I have my favorites. Like that's why Tifa was level 31st because I love Tifa, but I want to level everybody. So even the Bard and the Ranger, who are crap, are going to get in there eventually.
so did you play anything else this week?
No.
All right. Then Matt, you have been strangely quiet on the subject of Record Keeper. I know you've been playing. What have you been playing this week?
Basically, there's FFRK, FERK. Been FERKing a bit.
Family podcast.
I've gotten every character. I mean, all of them. I think Sephiroth was the only character that was really difficult to get, and I don't know if he was really that difficult or if it was just that was that early in the game.
I think it was
that your phone.
No, it's
but
also
that
because he was
part of it,
early
too.
on, so people didn't have a lot of like really super level characters.
Yeah, I have one level 50 that's Cloud, and I have Tifa and Cecil both at 48. Everyone else is, bruh. But almost all of my characters are level 1. I've got a handful of 20, 30s. I just started the Elite for this one, but today was Guild Day. I was literally out of money. I was getting enough money from finishing the levels of the event to be able to do 1 or 2 upgrades and then clear out enough of my inventory so that I could do another level. So today was money day. I spent quite a bit of time grinding Gil. Still can't pull off that heroic Gil quest though.
I haven't even tried a heroic. I haven't tried a heroic yet at all.
I try every
Just
once
like,
in a while thinking,
why?
I'm a lot stronger now. No. And I have a problem because I never seem to have the right number of orbs to hone any of my abilities that I want to hone. So going to this thing, I've only got like 2 ice attacks, and I can't hone them at all because I don't have the right orbs. So this Phoenix thing may be a futile quest, but I'll just keep playing through the levels and getting whatever I can out of that. So, and I think I do have a few bajillion experience eggs or whatever they're called. So whenever I do get Sephiroth, he's going straight to 50.
Yep.
Let's see. I did do an 11 draw and got 3 5-stars. I got Zetsuken, Genji armor, and Genji helm.
Zetsuken!
Zetsuken!
I've got 2 of those right now, and they're just destroying in the 6th dungeon.
Zetsuken!
It's only like level 5, and it makes Cecil just as strong as
Everything
Cloud
dies.
with his
Turns him into a death
strongest
knight.
sword in the game. So that's kind of hilarious.
Funny.
See, I'm like with you saying the thing about your inventory. That like one of my things is my inventory is sparse on purpose. Like as soon as I get like 1-star things, I'm like use it up, use it up, use it up. So I only have equipment that I actually use.
Well, yeah, I mean that's
All
the
right,
goal.
we've got to
Well,
move on
okay,
from Final
that I
Fantasy
used.
Record Keeper. We've got to
Like,
move
is
on.
this
Yeah, we gotta move on.
record keeper
So,
ledge?
what else?
'Cause
What else did we? What else did you play, Matt?
And then just the Arkhams. I finished off Asylum, or did I do that last week? I don't remember.
Last week.
Yeah,
then-
last week.
And then I think up to the last act of City, which kind of I accidentally didn't know I was going to trigger, because now I think I can't do all the side quest stuff, which is kind of irking me because I kept on waiting for another Deadshot victim, and he never came.
It's kind of irking you.
Arkham me, yes.
Irking City.
So I did plan on digging into Witcher 3, but City ended up being a lot more dense than I was planning on, so did not get to that. I downloaded all the free games last night. I tried out the old school shooter one. I could see pouring a few hours into that, a la Race the Sun, just kind of brainless entertainment. But I haven't tried any of the rest of them yet. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think I've really done much else game-wise.
Nick, how about you?
Oh, I don't have much time anymore. Let's see. Obviously, Destiny.
Yeah. So how did our pickup group Flawless Raider session
did
go?
you platinum?
No, not even close. People kept leaving, and
See, I gave it away with my setup there. How did our pickup group Flawless Raider session go?
yeah, not so good. And it just gets to me because it's like it's not you, Mark. You're 32, so it's not you. It's the fact that people kept leaving. So
I have 5 people ready to go when you are ready to commit some actual non-insanity time.
I need to know ahead of time. That's the problem, and I just gotta give me a break. I'm trying to work on making a wedding and all this stuff. It's just not easy. So
You just need to let it go.
I've been, let's see. I haven't had a whole lot of time. I played a little bit of Destiny. I'm one piece of level 34 armor away from being 34. DOT is offering players like free stuff if they move to other games because the servers are going out in like 2 weeks. So a little bit of info there. Record keeper, but I'm losing interest. I just don't have the time to keep up. I don't know what it is, and I want to talk to you about that later because you are getting huge, and I just can't keep it. So.
Ew, family podcast.
Hey.
As Kate indicated, Mark is a mutant in this game, so yeah, got to not judge ourselves by his progress.
His scary good progress. Okay.
Yeah.
Other than
And
that,
I'm pretty sure he doesn't actually have a job, and he just sits there playing FF4.
I'm already 100%. Like that's what he does. Is he just plays record keeper?
He's really just independently wealthy and has a chance, to do this and pour all the money into it.
If that was the case, then there would be a lot more content on the site. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, there would be more content if it wasn't for that game. You're right.
No, my God.
Other than that, I did get to play actually. This is a good thing. So with my fiance getting me the Vita, I finally tried out remote play on my Vita, and I tried it with Destiny. And pros cons. I like the fact that it really is like remote play, and I think that is totally an untapped feature that people don't realize. Because I'm not gonna lie, I had a stupid amount of fun just being like, I can play Destiny on my Vita, and the image is better on my Vita than on my TV. Like it was so cool. So.
Since we did not, I'm double checking our list of news at the moment. Yes, it is definitely not on there. Last week, our main topic was what was going to become of the Vita. I should note that Sony clarified their comments that they were referring to the old fat Vita as a legacy device and not the new slim model Vitas.
Good.
So I don't think we'll see support going away. I still kind of think he meant everything, but we'll see.
Secretly.
Yeah.
Backpedal.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like the Vita. I think it's one of those systems that I don't know. I think the joysticks are kind of wonky. They're not quite as they don't resist you quite as much as the PlayStation 4 controller does. So
Just sounds wrong.
Yeah, it's because you're not playing Resistance.
That
I
game
played
is
Resistance. It's okay.
terrible on the Vita.
Yes, it is.
Oh my
So,
god.
other than that, nothing else really new. I haven't had a whole lot of time, and life. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, so I played Final Fantasy Record Keeper a bunch, obviously. The Witcher
Call you
3.
Furkle.
The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt wrote a article on it. I love it and hate it at the same time. I love what it sets out to do and mostly accomplishes. There are a lot of small technical things that drive me up the wall. The biggest one has to be targeting things in the environment where I try to use a ladder and I'll light a candle instead. Or I will try to loot something and I will extinguish a candle instead. That's probably that, and the movement is, but the movement I'm getting used to, I guess, is the best way, and I'm not saying that as an excuse, but I love the story. Oh my god, these side quests, I said it last week, but I just finished like a 3.5-hour side quest that had a better story than most other games I've played. And for that reason, I absolutely love it. And the worst part about it is that this game is scratching an itch that I didn't realize that I actually had, which is for a full-on collectible card game. I am literally wandering the countryside playing for cards to better my deck so that I can go play a tournament in one of the main cities. I am literally doing this in a video game. I have done this in real life, and I'm about to do it again at Gen Con this year. But I'm doing it in a video game, and it's fulfilling. It's crazy. I'm going to write an article about this, how The Witcher 3 is the best adult Pokemon game I've ever played.
Makes me wish that they put Triple Triad on phones or something.
I agree wholeheartedly. They could easily. But yeah, so that game, I managed to actually this last weekend get in a full day and a half of it, and it's fantastic. I really am liking it. It's got some problems. I think they could have held off releasing it just a little bit longer to polish these out, but I really, really like the game. And then the last thing I played is Magicka 2. That came out this last week. If you're not familiar, you basically play a Final Fantasy mage with no face and the black hood. And it's very clever in the way that it uses almost a Mortal Kombat fatality system to create combination of element spells. And so you can use fire and water to create a jet of steam. Or you can use life and death to create a black hole. You know, things like that. It's very interesting. And you can play co-op, couch co-op, or online co-op with up to 3 other people. And there is friendly fire in the game, like Helldivers, so a lot of the times it's just even avoiding your friends, but it's actually a lot of fun. So that game retails for $19.99. So far, I'm really enjoying it. It's a cute little game, and it's a lot of fun. I'll keep on plodding through it. So that brings us then to the news. We have a ton of news this week. I think where I want to start, because it leads directly into a conversation topic, is LEGO Dimensions, the Toys to Life entry from LEGO that will be coming out very soon and draining most everybody's pocketbooks here, have announced how they're going to keep people interested in the vehicles that come with the set, would come with the characters over time, and that is that each one of those vehicles can be torn apart and rebuilt in 3 different configurations each. So as you are doing certain levels or certain things in the game, you may need Scorpion Tank Batmobile as opposed to Hoverjet Batmobile. And you can tear them apart and recreate them in the way that you want. Does this interest anyone, or does it sound too complicated?
Complicated better in some cases. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm not a Toys to Life person, so I'm not going to be picking it up.
Honestly, I mean, if I'm playing a game, I
Drops
don't.
Mike.
if I'm playing a game, I don't necessarily want to take the time to rip apart a set even that small to rebuild it into a different configuration. I'm sure there'll be ways to cheat it. You'll either just move the disc or something, because then they're not going to RFID every single block and then track the position of them relative to each other. So there's going to be a way to cheat it. And if I'm playing the game, I'm not going to want to stop for 2 minutes to rebuild the Lego set. That's my personal opinion.
Well, so
Dave, Lego
Dave, what do you
negotiator.
I see nothing wrong with it. Like, oh, we're giving you more options for this game to have fun. Okay, sounds awful. Like,
I
it's
never
really
take
like
my Lego sets back apart except when I have to move them. So
for things that size. I mean, we're talking about like 20-piece sets. Like it's not time consuming.
So Skylanders, which is the 800-pound gorilla at this point, announced today that their next expansion is focusing on vehicles. So you'll be able to get supercharger vehicles and boats and planes that'll have moving propellers, etc., and moving wheels for the cars, so that kids can play with them when they're not playing the video game. Which one do we think is actually a more viable strategy? Nick, you are jonesing to say something.
Well, I kind of feel like Skylanders, I mean, I just thought of this now. I was like, adding vehicles, I'm like, that's kind of cool. Actually adding a form of movement, I'm like, that's just adding mounts, like you would in any other MMO. But I'm like, but they turn it into toys. So are they suffering from Pokemon syndrome, where it's either, turn out crappy looking stuff, but it's more Skylanders for us to sell, or take a totally different concept on this and at least make it new material where we can start from scratch, and at least it doesn't look like crap. Because, come on, we're not selling them literal garbage. Whoever gets that joke, plus 5 points. But I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. I think I personally am more for Legos because they are Legos. I understand.
I'm waiting. I think Dave is like starting to see.
Okay. So
Because
I'll finish this quickly.
you're adding the S on the end. It's Lego.
Yeah. Okay. Lego.
it's fine. Everybody says it. I don't care tonight.
Okay. Lego having something where you have to dismantle it and put it back together. I agree. People are going to cheat the system. That's just welcome to life. But I still feel like that whole let's change it and make a new object thing is still really cool, and it still holds the source of what Lego is. So that's my 2 cents. I'm done.
Anyone else have weigh in on it?
I really don't have too much of an opinion on Skylander. So.
All right then.
Yeah,
Well,
the thing to me is, I guess, to counter what Nick was saying, if I was going to be able to put the bricks in any configuration I wanted and be able to build it and put it into the game to do what I wanted with it, that would be one thing. Making one of 3 pre-built sets, okay, I'll just turn the thing 90 degrees or whatever I got to do to get the other vehicle because I just want to swap vehicles. But the Skylander devices look nice, at least. But again, until I see how the mechanic works, so far it's been a Diablo clone. So how will adding vehicles into that change that core gameplay of the game? I mean, that's the intriguing part to me.
So while we're on the subject of Legos, let's talk about Lego World, not to be confused with Lego Jurassic World. Dave, you had an interesting comment about Lego World.
Yes, we can finally stop playing Minecraft.
So you are saying Lego World will be the death of Minecraft?
I'm hoping so.
So
Sad to say, I don't think that's happening.
for people who are not familiar with the announcement, tell us what Lego World is.
Lego World is what they should have done years ago, and it looks like it's basically being heralded as Minecraft. It's actually a Lego game. It looks like a open world where you're allowed to build whatever you can. They even have Lego skeletons chasing after you right away. You can select your characters. There's just all kinds of, wide open, stuff about it. It looks great. It looks just like Lego. I think. Who was the developer behind it? Is it
Traveler Tales.
Tales?
It's
It's
Traveler
still Traveler
Tales.
Tales?
It's still Traveler
So
Tales,
they're
yeah.
so they're very familiar, with everything. It looks like they finally have a winner on their hands as far as this genre. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with it.
So this is what scares me, is that it's currently in Steam Early Access.
Mhm.
In Early Access, you get access to everything that they have built up until this point. It sounds like, and it would make sense as a business model, that once it is fleshed out, and they say, hey, this is no longer in Early Access / beta, that they're going to start selling sets as add-on content. Oh, you'd like the TIE Fighter Star Wars set? Give us $5. Oh, you'd like the, Shield Helicarrier set? Give us $15, etc. Does this become a viable business strategy for them moving forward to replace the physical bricks or supplement the physical bricks for people who don't have time and or space for the physical bricks?
No, nothing is ever going to replace the physical bricks, but they're looking to cash in on a segment of where, kids and people want to play in a digital space and build whatever they want in digital space. So it's a creation toy box that they can build whatever they want and play it digitally. It's not going to change the actual feeling and clicking of building an actual set. I'm not quitting that anytime soon. That's just no. However, in digital space, and I'm honestly, I might not even play this game all that much. I mean, it's not necessarily something I can see myself spending a lot of time with because I like playing with the real thing. So, but there's a lot of people playing this type of stuff. This is a segment of gaming that is popular. So, I mean, I don't even know what do we want to call these creation games? Is there a specific genre for the Minecraft type of stuff? There's
Minecraft.
enough things. Yeah, I mean, it's Minecraft, but there's other games like Terraria is often called like a 2D Minecraft. So I mean, there's definitely other things out there like that. So it's them trying to cash in on the space and maybe win back some of the lunch money that's been given out to other people for capitalizing on their stuff.
Matt,
Or,
you have children. This might be a cost-effective way to allow them to get Legos without having to actually buy Lego sets. Is that appealing to you?
I like it from the aspect of I could see this being used as kind of a designer, right? So, if you have the bucket of Legos and you want to build a unique set, you can, not knowing how difficult it is, if you got to mine all the bricks like Minecraft or something, if you don't just have access to them, that can be painful. But once you have access to the bricks, or if you start off with them, you want to start trying to build a house. So you can kind of prototype it in the environment and see how it works before actually trying to put all the bricks together. As far as actual sets, again, I think there's something about the physical plastic crack that just doesn't translate to the digital space. Music, you can get it via a download or you can buy a CD. Really doesn't matter unless you're like me and just obsessive having a physical copy of everything. But I don't think this would replace it. What the heck happened there? I don't think that we would replace getting, for example, I don't think Keegan would get a Star Wars set on the game and be satisfied with it as he would if he got it physically and put it together. Myself included in that, really. I think it's an intriguing idea. I see the kids possibly putting on quite a bit of time into this, especially if they come out with themes, whether they're implicit or you have to actually buy add-ons for them. But myself personally, I don't see spending the time because me, open worlds, pointless rambling around doing stuff. Yeah, it doesn't really take with me.
So Death Dragon commented that he has a bunch of Legos and he doesn't have a set to actually draw influence from. So I'm wondering for people that may just have, maybe not a complete set of something, if this might be a easy outlet for them. The other thing that also looks like Ginger Gamer said, "Hey, I'm playing Call of Duty Black Ops 2 while listening to this. Keep up the conversation." So just a couple pieces of feedback as we move forward.
Just to comment on the whole, building stuff digitally as opposed to physically, there is things out there. There's like Lego Digital Designer, which is something that a lot of people use to kind of like create their designs for sets that they're going to make in real life, or sometimes just create designs in that and just like share them out there and say like, hey, this is something you could build.
That thing is horrible. Have you ever tried to use it? It is horrible.
Yeah. It is, but it's something out there that people do.
Yes.
So
if to put up with that, this will probably be a lot easier.
Right. So if people just kind of use this as another version of that, I mean, that's just another whole segment that they're attracting with, this kind of thing.
Now, if you can automatically submit your designs to, what's it called now? The Lego
World.
Ideas?
The ideas, yeah.
The designer.
Yeah, where fans submitted sets. So if you can build something in Lego World and then just hit triangle or whatever and submit it, I can see that being huge. There'd also be a lot of garbage being submitted to designer. But
that I wanted to buy.
Dylan Neal also writes in and says, "I want a high for me." Hi, Dylan. And I'm sorry.
Hey, Mom, I'm on the internet.
Yeah, Death Dragon actually said, "I had a bunch of Legos and I don't have a set," but he met the creator, one of the creators of Lego, and they built a city together. So it was kind of like Minecraft. So, I think there's a lot of possibility for this. I just am trying to figure out who the target gamer is that this appeals to, as opposed to someone who wants. You know what? But Dave even said that he probably wouldn't play it because he likes the actual physical bricks more. So I'm trying to figure out who is the target demographic for Lego World.
Yeah, but see, Dave, how much is your some of your really cool, really big sets? How much are they?
Like more than $5.
Exactly.
Anywhere from
on average, mean average is about $250
for the whole thing.
What? No.
Anywhere from $99 to $350.
So let's go middle-ish, 200.
Sure, for the big complicated set, sure.
Yeah, I'm talking big, huge, massive, 4-day project. I mean, just
like the helicarrier's what, 3? Was it a 250 or a 3?
It's a 350 actually.
350. All right.
It's very low.
Okay. Point. If somebody said, if you're 8, 10, and someone's like, hey, you could buy the real helicarrier for $350, or you get a digital version for $5, and you're 8, and you're trying to convince your parents, pretty sure the $5 one's going to win. So I feel as though this is targeted.
Yeah, I feel like young kids is the target just because they're so digital.
Yeah.
Well, no, they're so digital. Like they don't really. A lot of kids that age probably haven't played with actual Lego. Like everything is on a computer.
It's true. So maybe it's just the future generation in general they're trying to target.
So yeah, it's probably like for 8 to 10-year-olds.
The Minecraft generation, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's for those people. Because I'm going to admit with Dave on this one. Physically putting those Legos together is so much fun. But it costs a lot to get a lot of Legos. So.
It does. But also, at the same time, yeah, because they're on like a really big high as far as success for the company. So they're really just taking that opportunity and the extra cash to really try and branch out to make sure they're catching everything and future trends. I mean, and obviously this is really not a future trend. This is like a trend that I would say they're late to the party.
Yeah.
For getting this. They really let Minecraft go too far with it because they were doing. They did what was it, like Lego Universe a few years ago?
It was Universe, and that did not go well for them.
No, it didn't go well at all, and it was. I mean, really, actually, a terrible product compared to what it could have been. What it should have been is what Minecraft was. And when Minecraft came out, I can't believe they just didn't jump on it right away and say okay, we need, to flesh this out in a Lego fashion, and do whatever you want with it. So I think there's going to be a lot more versatility in this game, and I think that's going to attract a lot of kids to it. And it's also going to be familiar. It's Lego. A lot of kids do still play with Lego. It is an extremely popular toy out there that's blowing the doors off of every other toy out there right now.
And that's why
they're
they
actually
keep charging so much for it.
What's that's just
and that's why
because
they can keep charging so much for it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also the quality that goes into it.
Oh,
There's
you
no
ever play with a
arguing.
Mega Block set?
Terrible.
They're garbage. They're
Exactly.
horrible.
And they look exactly the same. They're using the similar stuff, but there is a noticeable difference in the quality. So they just really need to jump on it and really flesh it out and make a good product out of it to get the kids on board.
So, speaking of expensive things, something else that's expensive that got purchased this week was ThinkGeek.com. Had been in negotiations to be purchased by Hot Topic, Matt's favorite store, and
Swoop.
And swoop in comes GameStop, of all people, upping the price by $20 million and securing a finalized purchase agreement. So now GameStop is the proud owner of ThinkGeek in what I would call an actual shrewd business move for GameStop. This does several different things from them, in my opinion, looking forward at what they do with this. Number one, it's a fresh influx of product into all their stores. It's a diversification of their portfolio. And then last but not least, I have to think that there's going to be some increased distribution ability one way or both ways from what the two different companies have learned over the year and servicing through the internet. What does everybody think about this? I
think it's a better fit than Hot Topic.
The funny part is that I wasn't aware of, that I'm not sure, Matt, if this was you or someone else that I was talking to made me aware of, is that actually Hot Topic
It's mostly game stuff now.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Okay.
Like, not consignment, but it's the same kind of setup. They're actually selling ThinkGeek merchandise.
Oh, yeah.
Like
that was Joe. I think Joe said that.
Yeah, 80% of their store is ThinkGeek merchandise. And so this could actually cripple Hot Topic and make them ripe for acquisition. And then what if, play that game with me for just a second, what if GameStop buys Hot Topic?
Why
Those are both smarter moves than the whole planning on surviving by the retro thing that they announced a while ago. So
why? No, let's back up. Why would they buy Hot Topic?
That's my thought.
Because it's a storage for thinking
physical
stuff.
retail spaces.
Physical retail space.
Continue to operate as Hot Topics if they so desire.
Name one mall that has a Hot Topic and not a GameStop in it.
Yeah,
I was
but
gonna say mine,
the
but
GameStop is in the smallest bay in the entire mall. There is no room for anything in there.
That's true.
There's also one other thing that you haven't considered the possibility of, and that is a ThinkGeek shop.
I would love one. I would
shop.
instantly get a membership. I would. Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome.
And think about
be more poor.
Think about this. If they convert the GameStop rewards points to be ThinkGeek points.
Because ThinkGeek already has its own system.
Oh man, I have so many GameStop points. I'm just racking them up. I don't spend on
shopping
anything.
at GameStop again.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The ThinkGeek points, and it is such a great point system. I kind of worry about this actually going away.
I don't think they're going to muck with it. I mean, they would be.
I really hope they don't. I mean, I have gotten over the years like amazing free stuff from ThinkGeek, like a green laser pointer when those things were really expensive. I got for free.
Nice.
Yes, ThinkGeek got some of my money that year.
Oh, ThinkGeek has a lot of my money.
So
I think this is a very interesting strategic move for them. I will be interested to see what they do with it. I would think it's really going to be a waste if they just use that product to supplement their in-store displays. But, I think there are a lot of possibilities for them moving forward, and I wonder if they have underperforming GameStops, if we will see them transformed into ThinkGeek retail test markets. That would be very interesting since they do not have retail presence currently.
I could easily see that happening. And there's a lot of GameStops that have like a huge. I mean, there's a lot of them that has huge space inside that is wasted. You know, if they start consolidating to just like more recent stuff, like you can get rid of some older stock, they can easily convert half the store or like a big large corner of the store. They already kind of are. Like I notice in the ones around here, they're starting they offer a lot of like products that you would find on like ThinkGeek. Like, some of them have like little trinkets and like little action
keychains
and stuff like that. Yeah. So I mean, they seem like they were working in that direction. So the idea of them doing that, the one thing you said about Hot Topic is if they were going to spin up separate ThinkGeek stores, that's when burning Hot Topic and then buying them and then instantly converting makes sense.
Because it's a whole lot cheaper to convert a storefront than it is to create one from scratch.
Correct. I just don't know if they really need all of that. It depends on how they work it. Like if they do, GameStop / ThinkGeek, like KFC / Taco Bell,
No, that's a Kintaco Bell.
What's that?
That's a Kintaco.
Kintaco.
Oh.
We could have a Game Geek.
Kansas City, Missouri has the only in existence Kintaco Hut.
It's its own thing. It's real.
It's
I didn't know that.
it's a
It's actually
Kentucky
called
Fried
that?
Chicken. No, it's a Kentucky Fried Chicken, a Pizza Hut, and a Taco Bell in one spot. In one restaurant.
Pizza Hut. You
It's
just
a-
made it 10 times better.
Because
What? That sounds like
Pepsi
diarrhea
owns all
trap.
of them. Pepsi owns all of them, and so you'll see Kentacos and Kentucky Huts, but you generally don't see Kentaco Huts.
Kintaco Hut.
I
didn't know
just
that was
stay
a
away
thing.
from that whole
Fast food.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a
Enemy of
danger
your
zone.
intestines.
It's great because you can order like a drumstick, a side of refried beans, and a slice of pepperoni pizza all at once. It's fantastic.
the
The
best.
buffet, that must be just disgusting.
Can we talk about something real quick? You just said and a slice of pizza. Nobody calls Pizza Hut pizza. They call it Pizza Hut. It's its own separate entity. It's widely recognized as such.
It's not real pizza.
Well,
So I think it's interesting what that basically, ThinkGeek said, screw you, Hot Topic, we're going to go with GameStop. Speaking of somebody telling someone else, screw you, in our latest Konami update,
Oh boy.
Konami
The sigh.
continues to astound with amazing accuracy. A developer in Japan, now this developer, he has created, his name is Akira Sakuma, and he created a trained theme game series called Momotaro Dentetsu, which is very popular. It's sold over tens of millions of copies of games, but it was owned by Hudson. Hudson is based out of Sapporo, was recently purchased, well actually in 2011, was purchased by Konami, and they basically engulfed Hudson, fired a bunch of people, and canceled a bunch of games. And at that time, the creator said, hey, if the development team for my game is dissolved and totally new people were brought in, he'd end the series. But, and although he doesn't own the rights to it, he is like, unlike Kojima, who is the director, this guy is literally like the backbone of it. And so basically, he said he wasn't going to make any more games. The following year, he went on Twitter, went on a tirade saying, as long as there's a guy named Imura at Konami, I'm not going to make the game. And that's very unusual in Japan. People don't out people like that in Japanese culture when it comes to business and stuff. So today, Sakuma wrote on Twitter, Konami hasn't gotten in touch with me at all. This is how they've tossed me aside for a while now. I'm announcing here right now that Momotaro Dentetsu is officially done, and Ishikawa at Konami squelched everything. So Konami, what the hell, man? I mean, these
They
guys,
don't care. They're making that cell phone and pachinko game money.
they are, but I have to wonder, you know, they're
I'm
still
waiting to see the
releasing it.
Konami like Real Housewives TV show now. It's just getting this ridiculous.
I'm waiting.
I might watch that.
I'm waiting to open CNN and find out Konami on fire. Just self-implodes and explodes.
Oh man.
I don't know
almost be
what
awesome.
they're doing. I get wanting to exit a space, but you don't do it in a way that pisses off every single possible person working for you and fans supporting you, as they've done. This is crazy.
I think Mark's onto something, and we may need to I think we should try and take a lead in like journalistic integrity here, and see if anybody has like taken out huge insurance policies on Konami,
Oh.
like any kind of like
Behind the
business
scenes kind of
insurance
stuff.
policies, like for the buildings
What?
and the IPs and stuff.
What's his name? Hideo Kojima. What?
Oh, Jesus. Don't go there.
Oh
Can we talk
man.
about something else that's kind of floated around the internet in the vein of Konami?
No.
That Silent Hills is going to be resurrected as an Xbox One exclusive.
And
That's
that
already
has
shot
been
down.
shot down.
Yeah.
from Microsoft, saying
And they were saying
no.
for a March 2016 release, which was like, what?
Yeah, if anyone was going to do that, it would be Sony at this point. And I don't see that happening even then, because Konami has no... If they were smart, they'd just say, here's the license, pay us for the license rights and make the game.
Yeah.
I could see that happening before they actually... I doubt there was even any development assets to turn over to anyone. This was a standalone demo.
Besides
and
the
there was,
PT.
it hadn't started. So PT is the only thing that existed for that quote-unquote game, and that wasn't even part of the game. So I doubt
really
we'll
good,
ever... It's going to be an anomaly that no one will be able to download. I have it on my hard drive.
Have it in mind.
Yeah,
I
so...
Have it on mine.
And Lord help us all that our PlayStations never crash, that we have to replace the hard drive because it's gone at that point.
Backups. Do a backup.
I can image my hard drive, which is nice because imaging a hard drive just takes it and makes copies of it, so all the encryption stays the same, and I can back up my PS4 hard drive. It's nice.
But does it read any kind of hardware code off of that?
What hardware code? It's a WD drive.
Windows does
They
it.
all have.
Windows does it. It's really
They all have-
annoying.
They all have bits set, yeah, but I should be able... an image is an identical copy, down to the bit, so I should be fine.
So, yeah, it's interesting to see Konami basically, just when you think this tale can't get any weirder,
Oh, it does.
I think the telling part about this will be happening in 2 weeks. What's in 2 weeks?
Mhm.
3.
It's like
They're-
Konami's not only burning their bridges, they're burning the river that the bridge was over.
They're pouring gasoline into the
And
river
salt.
the river.
and setting it on fire.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of things burning, the internet was burning a hole in itself today, as we finally got an announcement that we've been waiting 5 years for.
I
And
can't
that-
believe that the internet didn't completely collapse.
Is this a small
It's not
announcement that
Half-Life
happened this
3.
morning?
Wait,
If it was
very-
Half-Life 3, the internet would have died.
Like,
No,
I
if it
mean,
was-
The announcement? Wait, is this the announcement of Konami buying the mother license from Nintendo just to squash it?
No, this was, of course, the Fallout 4 announcement.
oh, that was fake. They already confirmed it was. No, I'm kidding.
So let me first say my fanboy reaction and then my analytical reaction. My
Oh, boy, here we
fanboy
go.
reaction was squee, but my analytical reaction was they didn't answer a damn thing. Any of the questions that people have been posing for years now: is VATS still a thing? Is the dog killable? All this different stuff. There's
Dog better be killable.
I did have a question about it, though.
yes.
Whenever I was watching it, it makes me want to go and play all of Fallout 3.
It has the
So
feels
good.
in stores.
It's oh gosh, I want to right now, but I'm playing other stuff and laughing at Bloodborne. But the gameplay that was in sort of game. I think it's gameplay. I'm pretty sure it was gameplay on Fallout 4. It showed past events.
Mhm.
Are we actually going to be playing past events as well?
That's
Like,
sure what it intimates. In
Are
that.
we going to cause the Fallout? Is it going to
That would
actually
be
give us?
so cool.
Will it give us the decision to actually cause the Fallout, or would there be an ending where we actually?
I don't think so.
Time?
I
That
don't
would be
think
cool.
so. I
Like,
think
you know,
we're going to get the experience to live through the panic, live through the months leading up to it, but you clearly exit a vault in this trailer.
yeah.
So
Actually, I'm pretty sure that it's going to go back and forth in time, like
Yeah, I
Sonic CD. Where you
really,
change something.
That's where you pick it from. You
Yeah.
can't pick
Sonic
any of
CD.
the other games where you're flashing back and flashing forward. You go to
Sonic
Sonic
CD.
CD.
No,
Really?
I'm gonna do it to the one that did it the best. That's right.
Oh.
Okay, please continue. While I kill myself.
Well, come on. Actually, it was really good.
It was okay.
It was really good.
No words.
Yes.
I was just gonna talk about, I don't know, maybe Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
But
there you go. There's a contender.
That's just me, though.
Wait,
No, I think Sonic C. Let's proceed with this analogy. I can't wait.
At this point, you're more curious. Like, where is he going to go with it? What's going to happen? Yeah, you continue.
That's all the further he thought.
Oh yeah, that
No.
was the extent of his argument. Sonic C. I present to you Sonic C. No.
Sonic
no.
CD, please. The whole name.
No, I think you are going to flash back and flash forward. I think you're going to. I don't think you're going to get to prevent anything, because think about it this way: it's China that is invading and bombing. So unless they somehow make you able to go outside of the United States, I don't think it's going to happen. I just think we're going to see the fall of Boston, the fall of humanity, and everything that happens after that as you emerge from the vault in Boston, which I am super psyched about. Boston is a great choice for that setting. Did anyone else have any thoughts on the trailer?
Are we going to be seeing? Is that actual gameplay? It's not confirmed, but from your guesses, is that actual gameplay? I'm going to say yes. It looks pretty enough to be gameplay.
I think it is.
Okay.
I think now, granted, I think that's without a HUD or back or any of that.
But everything.
Stuff.
I mean, it was
I'm
still
not a PC.
PC Master Race. Blah. Okay, all right. I'm happy with if that's actual gameplay.
They
That's
have a
awesome.
certain quality they need to hit.
So, speaking of quality that's been hit,
Bruh.
there was a small game that came out about 6 months ago, produced by Warner Brothers, that stars all of our favorite DC heroes and villains from all over the multiverse, including Steampunk Batman, Steampunk Flash, Vampire Batman, and many other things. It's called Infinite Crisis, and it was the MOBA that nobody cared about. And so they announced today that they're shutting it down after 6 months.
Wait, this sounds pretty good. I might want to play this.
Right. So you can go now and get it while you can, because it's being shut down real soon. But yeah, pretty much they're saying, hey, the numbers were not where we wanted to be, which... Okay.
How's the single player in the game?
There is no single player. It is
The
it's a MOBA. It's a MOBA. There is no single player.
I'm out.
But the good news is that if you had purchased
Sounds like noodles.
it on Steam, Dave,
Mm-hmm.
you could get your money back, because now Steam refunds money for anything.
What a great segue, sir.
Thank you. I've been
Actually, that's not entirely true. There are several very intensive caveats on that.
I was going to
including
say, I'm like,
within
they've just lost all their
14
money.
days of purchase.
14 days?
14 days, and you've played no more than 2
Platinumed in
hours.
14 days.
And you
Well,
played
yeah,
no
but
more
you
than
played
2
more than 2
hours.
hours.
That's interesting.
Oh, that I did not see. That's kind of crazy. any.
Yeah, you have. It has to have been within 14 days and played no more than 2 hours of game time.
Yeah, what about those games where it takes 35 hours just to like get halfway decent?
Too bad.
Yeah.
Ginger Gamer, we will answer your question. We get to reader mail in just a few minutes. Other news: Nintendo's next system will not run on Android.
Thank God.
And that's about all we need to say on that.
Wow. They were considering that?
No.
No.
The rumor came out about
the
that.
rumor came out. And then Nintendo said, not only no, but hell no.
No, mother trucking no.
So we don't delve too much into the comics on this podcast.
It's over there. I have it. It's not read yet. It's right.
Are you talking about Secret Wars #3?
I am not, actually.
Oh, I'm
It's a good one,
freaking
though.
out about that.
In the lead up to Secret Wars, one of the comics that came out this week is one of the things that has irked almost every single Spider-Man fan in existence. Matt leading the charge for the last 5 years. About 5 years ago, they did a storyline where Peter Parker made a deal with Mephisto, who is the Marvel's version of the devil.
One of.
So that one of. So that basically.
I thought it was Mephisto.
No.
Oh wait, that was the He-Man guy.
Well, that's what they
That's
did.
how
Is stuck
family
to my
podcast.
Fisto.
Yeah, right through continuity. And if you would like to learn more on continuity, see Talking Them Down from the Ledge last week. But yes, you say something, Matt, so that everybody can see it.
What happened? I want to know.
See something, man.
And always
can't
see
see
it
him.
glare. Yeah.
Oh, you see his glare. All right, fine.
So
I'll take it out of
basically
its...
what happened is 5 years ago, Peter Parker made a deal with Mephisto so that he had never been married
Spoilers.
to Mary Jane. 5 years ago.
This is quite a
That
while
was
ago.
like the secret identity thing.
Well,
that never happened.
the deal was, okay, spoilers. If you haven't read 5 years ago, 7 years ago, however long, I think it's been 7 years now.
Yeah, maybe 7.
Spider-Man comics, I don't care. It was at the end of Civil War, and Peter Parker had outed himself in there, so everyone knew he was Spider-Man. He was in hiding with Aunt May and Mary Jane, who, well, that's another story. But anyway, Aunt May ends up getting shot with a shot that's meant for Peter, and he gets guilty, and all of a sudden Mephisto appears and offers them a deal. And so basically, if they undo the last 15 years of continuity by having Mary Jane and Peter split before they can get married, he would, revive Aunt May. So then, basically, this was Joe Quesada's midlife crisis being implemented into comics.
Joe Quesada was the editor-in-chief of Marvel.
Was the editor-in-chief. And basically, he decided that I'm having a midlife crisis. I want Peter Parker to be young and, back when he was when I read comics. And so they undid, which is possibly one of the few characters in comics that had actual real life progression and had changed significantly from his introduction up until that point, and threw him back to basically the same shiftless, on the edge of his luck guy that he was back in his high school and college days.
And the worst part was that I owned a comic shop when this happened, and the worst part was I saw so many people jump off of the series at that point. Actually, no, I didn't own a comic shop by then. I was out of it. But
you were out of it by then.
Yeah,
but it was
the point was that many people left the title because it felt like Marvel could not address a married Peter Parker that has responsibilities beyond a superhero life.
And this was after they bailed out of him having a kid.
Was it
because
great
they had
responsibility?
That's the other factor of this comic is about 5 years before that they bailed out of him having a kid. They had everything set up. He was supposed to have a kid. Mary Jane was pregnant for like 7 comic years, and then they totally just bailed on it at the last second. Stupid.
And the worst part is people like Matt, who grew up with Spider-Man. Peter was one of the few characters that actually was aging at the same rate as the readership. And they just basically said, oh, retcon, and screwed everybody out of that. And so this book that came out
Here's
today,
the cover. right there.
Is
And
what if
it's called Renew Your Vows.
Yeah, what if that contract with Mephisto never happened,
Yep.
and
the death of May, the baby May, never happened, and
How did
so
they?
ba-
How did they
what-
not let that happen too?
So what's going on in Marvel continuity right now is Doctor Doom is trying to hold different, hold the world together by assembling all these different pieces from different timelines, and so basically he's pulling from the timeline where it never happened, and everybody is like, well, is this a one-shot what if, or is it actually going to be canon moving forward? And everybody's hoping for canon, but I'd recommend treating it as a what if
there's a lot of what if going on right now with Secret Wars.
Would that have created a different
really
universe?
Hope this. I mean, the thing that gets me on this one, the team is Slott, Kubert, and Dell. That's some high-cost talent there, and to throw that at a what if, that's the thing that right there that makes me get hope about this book possibly being the continuity coming out of Secret Wars, is the fact that they're paying for that level of talent to work on this book.
So I just wanted to highlight that in case we have any comic fans out there.
I haven't read it yet, so I can't comment on the contents, not spoilery, but...
Snape kills Dumbledore. All right.
I'm just looking to the end. It does have a to be continued on the last page, so...
Never.
Progress.
Why would you look at the last page? You brave soul.
It's Matt.
So,
Oh, but not else. You know, in my love for all things Scotty Young, there's a Scotty Young book this week too. So buy that because Scotty Young's awesome.
oh my God, I can't believe that Rogue is on the cover of it because she's an X-Men and we hate X-Men and Fantastic Four.
Yeah, but it's the little characters.
So I will take a quick moment to talk about collectible card games versus the collectible card game is coming out at Gen Con. It is now called Versus the 2PCG, which is the two-player card game. Apparently, a mandate has gone out from Marvel to all licensees and to all comics writers and illustrators that they are to no longer use any Fantastic Four or X-Men characters. That means no Silver Surfer, the Watcher. This stuff has been popping up all over the web today. Why? Because Marvel makes a very small amount of money on any of the licensing deals from those properties, and that is why they killed the books off, so that to basically starve those characters so that people forget about them and don't want to go see the movies. And that is
watching the trailers should be enough to make people not want to go.
Well, yes, but the interesting thing is that this is applying to all properties, toys, sculptures, collectible card games, you name it, video games, you name it. Wow. You will not see any Fantastic Four or X-Men characters. You will see Avengers, Daredevil, stuff like that.
Well, Avengers is going to be everywhere.
Yeah, but that's sad to me
because
X-Men is like a huge component, and they're my favorite stuff. So, yeah, I'm very upset. Last thing, I don't want to spend more than just a second on it because we got a ton of reader mail. Are there new console variants coming out at E3? Survey says yes.
Yeah, probably.
There's been a couple things tipped before E3. There's going to be a 1 terabyte PlayStation 4 and a new.
Still not enough room.
Yeah, I know. That's why I have a 1.5 in mine. Yeah. And then there's going to be a new Xbox One bundle with a new controller.
Huh. Oh, their new thing, yeah.
I like how everyone was saying that there was going to be an Xbox Slim. It's like, it's never been slim a day in its life.
It's always been the chubby box.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the white one? Is that the whole deal?
Yes.
Oh, yay. It's a different color.
Yeah. So our first question comes from Ginger Gamer, and he asks, who likes anime, and what's your favorite? And his is Steingate.
Jeez.
His is Steingate. So, Turo, your favorite?
Can we do it? Can I pull a Matt and do a top 3?
No.
No.
Oh my gosh! No, just Ghost. Favorite?
Your favorite.
It's hard.
No. There's not.
All right,
there's no
I actually
favorite.
have a favorite. Can I go since he's whining and
Go.
simpering?
Go.
Yes, go.
I'm not whining. I'm confused. There's no favorite. It's like saying which one's your favorite child. Pick, Matt. What's your favorite child? You can't.
It'd be funny if he's
Yeah.
like, oh, number 2. Why?
I almost
He
answered the question.
equally hates all his children.
Yes, I equally hate all of my children. They asked me, what do you like best about having kids? And I said, the free labor.
Nice.
Honestly, there's a lot of stuff that's close to this, and I like different stuff for different reasons. But if I go to my go-to favorite, it's Visions of Escaflowne.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Dave?
My favorite, I think I mentioned this before, and I don't like it's for all the wrong reasons too. It's not for like the trendy reasons, but Neon Genesis Evangelion still remains my favorite. I like the original ending because I just
Okay, hipster Dave.
like I love all the stuff they did after that, and I love the supplemental movies and stuff, and they're all great. But I there's just something special about the original ending where they ran out of money and the guy went
The
insane.
original not ending.
and we saw the result. And we saw the result of him just having a nervous breakdown on the
Doing
project.
copious amounts of drugs, having meltdown, and no money.
Like to me, as especially having a degree in psychology and stuff, it just fascinates me to no end. That is how that ended originally. And it's just it's wow,
And people still loved it.
I'm witnessing the artistic mental breakdown of a human being, and it's
That's awesome.
and to me that is just one of the coolest things ever. And then just everything else about it, I love. I love the design of everything, the animation, even Shinji being whiny is just kind of hilarious to me.
Kate?
Dave, he gets pleasures from other people's breakdowns.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
Kate, how about you?
Well, I'm not that really into anime, but I'd have to definitely say Perfect Blue, filmed by Satoshi Kon. So good, as if Hitchcock made an anime.
Matt, how about you?
You already
Didn't he
answered.
already?
Oh,
Turo's the
right.
one you missed.
That's right. Turo, make a decision.
No, we didn't say Nick.
Turo, make a decision.
You're just
No,
going
go
for
to
more
Nick.
time.
Nick.
Still, I'm trying to pick my favorite kid.
Do I want to go? I guess I just have to make an answer, don't I?
Yeah, if you're gonna watch one right now, what it will be?
Watch one right now? It'd be one I'd never seen before.
If you had to pick your favorite one to watch right now, what would it be?
Soul Eater.
Soul Eater, very good.
Haven't seen that one.
And
That's
since
really good.
since he's just got up and wandered away, for those of you that are listening to the podcast,
We all watch
now-
Dragon Ball GT. I mean, come on. It's obviously Dragon Ball
Oh.
GT.
You
So
shut your mouth. That doesn't exist anymore.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give mine while he's wandered away for whatever
Oh
reason.
my gosh, I'm looking at all my anime and I just
This sounds like it would be something that I would say, and it was not rated the best, but I actually really enjoyed it, and that's Final Fantasy Unlimited.
Huh.
That wasn't bad.
I really liked the concept of the guns and the kind of, it wasn't materia, but it was kind of materia system for loading it, or the inks or the dyes or whatever you want to call them. And I really kind of liked the idea of this parallel universe kind of horror-filled. I really liked it. I thought it was pretty interesting.
Who's the hipster now, guys?
I've never heard of it. You're not supposed to.
If you'd heard about it, then it wouldn't be good. All right, so Turo,
You know it's got the word Dragon Ball in it, so just pick one.
No.
come on,
Oh.
Turo.
You get 10 seconds.
Yeah, you're holding up the show.
No,
we
I'm
have
not.
we have a ton of questions. so
Vampire
hurry.
Hunter D.
Gosh. Oh, that one's a good one too. You know what? It's Cowboy Bebop.
Okay, good call.
Good choice. Okay.
Good
Cheese
call.
and rice.
All right,
So hard.
yeah, KX.
I mean, Blue
Stamper.
Tender.
KX Stamper. By the way, if you have a question you are watching live, you can use the QA feature to ask us questions. But we also have some reader mail. KX Stamper wrote in and asks, what form of niche game would you like to see return? I'm excited for Godzilla, but I would like to see some other kaiju destruction games, maybe based on Pacific Rim, but good. That's the last
Destroy
one.
All Monsters was fun.
Yep, and that's one of the ones he actually listed. I didn't write the whole thing
Oh.
out, but that's yeah. What types of niche games would you like to see return that have been gone for a while? Kate, you had been studying the questions earlier. How about you?
That wasn't the one I was studying. There was one. Whatever. We'll get to that. Maybe something like Pokemon Snap or Africa. Like,
Good. Nice.
like a pure photography game. Like, I'm hoping if they ever make a DOA X3, they'll have something like that where you have to take pictures of things on the island. I think that'd be an awesome side game. I should make DOA X3. I have so many good ideas for it. But yeah, like a Pokemon Snap, Africa kind of deal.
Nick, how about you?
Oh, I'm gonna pull a Turo and say you do me last.
Well, all right.
Family-
Do
family
you?
fun.
You'll do
All right.
you, right.
Family show.
Yes.
Okay, so Dave, how about you?
I can't think of another one. I was gonna go with the Pokemon Snap type of game as well.
Good one.
I'm scrambling trying to think of like another choice and everything, but no. I remember having so much fun with Pokemon Snap, and that was before I even really got into photography. So if they did something like that now, I would definitely play that.
They should do like an Africa, except in a different part of the world. Like,
Well,
that'd
they
be
have, like,
awesome.
I've been reading a lot of
where?
articles about like street photography and everything right now, and it's just like it's all about getting like a small camera and snapping stuff without people looking. So if you take that and put that into a game where you gotta like try and get like cool shots of like people without them like noticing and everything like that, so it's like where people are completely just like going about their business. So like you had this like stealth aspect to it and speed to it and everything. Like you could do a really neat niche game with that. I don't know how widely popular it would be, but you could add a lot of interesting gameplay to something like that with the tools we have available today.
Churro, how about you?
I was gonna say Earth Defense Force kind of type of game, but then they just released a new one not too long ago.
I believe they did.
Yeah, so that one. I'm gonna say, like I haven't found anything like it since Cell Damage, but it's or Vigilante 8 or Twisted Metal kind of game. Where just,
Twisted Metal. There you go.
like that kind of game, which just build up your cars. And now that we have online, you can actually level up your cars and get better stuff. And instead of having, prestige your vehicle or something, you can actually do something to your vehicle. I don't know this. Just Call
Somebody's
of Duty
played
words.
Call of Duty. Yeah, I know.
I hear it. I don't know it. I just hear it. But that kind of car destruction game, and add levels, add online play where you actually get rewarded for it, Destiny style, but without the grinding.
And suck. Okay.
Yeah, that one.
So,
So yeah, that car destruction awesomeness.
Matt, how about you?
Without Call of Duty.
I seriously have no idea. I was thinking about this one earlier. I've got nothing. Only thing I think of is like Puzzle Fighter.
Damn
But
it!
that's not,
You guys are all taking mine, but
and I'm not sure that something like that hasn't been done recently with all the matching gem games out there.
I haven't
but-
seen it in a long time.
not an
and-
actual fighting mechanic like that.
Right. So
Yeah,
I
they've
guess
moved
that's
to like
fine then.
RPG kind of related stuff.
So I had a couple answers ready for this because I knew that there was going to be some overlap on this one. I can't believe you guys took all of them but one. So I have no remaining choice but this one. And it's a very specific niche. It's Kingsfield and Ultima Underground. And that is the underground first-person action RPG kind of games.
Oh,
What?
Actually, so there were a niche of games in the 90s. Was it Kingsfield? Yeah, Kingsfield and Ultima Underground. And the whole thing was they were first-person role-playing games, but they all happened underground. Like you never saw the sun, the stars in the sky. And it was actually pretty cool because there were underground rivers and things to explore.
I thought underground like hush hush.
No,
Yeah.
it was literally
Literally.
literally. So yeah, I mean, I kind of really enjoyed those, and we haven't seen anything. Shadowgate was going to be another one on that list, but they actually just remade Shadowgate, and I've not had a chance to check it out. So, but that's kind of the feel that for that type of niche game that I. And by the way, Kingsfield, if you didn't know, was by the makers of the Soul games. That was a PlayStation 1 launch title that I owned, and me and about 12 other people. But you can
only
see
12 in existence.
you can see the Dark Souls roots there, and I didn't think about that for a very long time, but it's kind of interesting. So good question, KX Stamper.
Nick.
Oh, did I? Nick, what niche do you want?
I asked to be last, so technically I got my wish. I don't know if there is one out. This just may be me not being up to date. I was a huge fan actually of the Burnout series.
Oh, there's not a Burnout.
Oh, jeez, you just brought up lots of memories for Mark.
I know, and that's the thing is those were so good. Those were
Paradise was
Burnout Paradise is amazing.
Yeah, that was
still today.
Yeah, it's better than most driving games today still, if you like arcade racers. But
that was fun.
Did anybody on the panel besides me play San Francisco Rush?
Oh God!
Oh man,
that game was awesome. 2049 was my favorite.
No. See, I like the original better than 2049.
Really?
Yes. It was so good. I mean,
I like both. That was.
Yeah, and I'm not saying 2049 was bad, but I mean, for arcade racing games, I thought those, and I don't mean just the style of play. I mean literally an arcade racing game. Yeah. You had to go to an arcade.
Oh, I didn't even think about arcade. Initial D with the cards and saving your. Oh.
I totally forgot. I went to an arcade this week.
Initial D. I missed that.
And the interesting part about it is they had a Star Wars battle pod.
Oh, you saw the pod? Oh,
nice. I was in and played in the pod.
Nice.
My only
thing is you hate Star Wars though, so
yeah, but my only critique about it is that A, it will be better when virtual reality comes out, and it won't cost $33,000 as does the actual unit if you would like to order it for your home. Or if you want the premium edition with leather seats for your home, it's only $100,000, and you get your name in the credits. So for $100,000, or for an upgrade of $70,000, you get a ROM hack and leather seats. No thanks.
I'll take two.
I'll wait till VR. Yeah, I'll wait till VR comes out. I also played. Konami made a Resident Evil.
Oh, I thought you were saying you played Konami.
Hard racer,
Resident Evil
leather
Capcom,
seats.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, it's Capcom. They have a.
I run a gaming website.
Yeah. Shut up. They have a full sensory game. Is the best way I can say it. You're wearing 3D glasses. It's a curtained thing. It's got vibration, and they blow
podcast.
They blow gusts of air at you.
It's a little podcast.
There was this weird guy like sticking things in places.
It was actually,
and it was okay. I had to pay him $5. I don't know why.
It was a light gun game, and it was designed to eat credits, but it was actually a lot of fun. So, anyways,
was this a Dave & Buster's? You guys get a Dave & Buster's?
We have a Dave & Buster's now, so yes, that was.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Checking that out. All right, so we have a ton of quick-fire questions from I-22, Link22I. He says. First question, and we'll just quickly go around the room. Don't take more than a second to deliberate on this, and if you don't have an answer, then pass. In Skyrim, what's your favorite loadout for race, weapon, and shout, Turo?
Next.
Dave?
Sky who?
Oh boy. Kate?
I never played it.
High five.
This is what I was looking up. Human, Nord, and Elemental Fury.
Very good. Matt?
Khajiit, Bow, and Unrelenting Force.
Nick?
The reptile thing that breathes underwater, because that is my first and only Oblivion character, period, I've ever made, so don't judge. I got a platinum. The best weapon, I have to agree with Bow, because that's what I use, and I just destroyed everything. Best shout? The one that slows. No, not slows time. Freezes them. We'll go freeze.
Mine would be human, Nord, bow, and Fusroda. Because I'm sorry, the other ones are cooler and more useful, but it is hella fun to just blow things off cliffs, mountaintops,
Mountaintops,
whatever.
yes.
Yeah, is blow them into trees so hard that it should splinter the tree. I'm all about the Fusroda.
Relenting Force, baby.
Yep. All right. Next question. When it comes to video game sequels, do you think Sly Cooper should continue or be done where it is? And if you had
Sly
to pick,
Cooper for life!
yeah, if you had to pick a sequel as your favorite, which one?
Oh,
3.
that's not fair.
Should it continue, Matt? Since
yes.
your first answer. Okay.
Yeah.
Nick?
Yeah, it should continue, but they tread lightly. And favorite sequel, I have to go with 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say no and 2.
No?
No, I think it's run its
The
course.
movie's coming out. We gotta have a revival.
Will it be the game,
gotta
the
make up
movie,
for
or
4.
a game?
Yeah, I don't know. Dave, what's your thought on this?
Yeah, I wouldn't hate seeing another one if they done it right. If they had good developer behind it, and everybody was doing their job. And favorite sequel, I'm gonna go with 2.
Okay.
I think that was the solid one.
I've actually never played a Sly game, so no comment.
Okay.
Oh, they're so good.
Yes and 2.
Okay.
Yes.
Next question was Horde or Alliance? Turo?
Hmm?
Horde or Alliance?
Hodor.
No.
Somebody said Hodor.
No. Horde or Alliance?
Alliance.
Dave?
What does that mean?
Okay. Kate?
Pass.
Matt?
I've only ever played Horde, so Horde.
All right. Nick?
Alliance.
And my answer is Guild Wars 2. All right.
I approve. I still have that downloaded. I haven't played it in forever.
Mass Effect series, should it continue or halt, and why? Turo.
Nah, I didn't like him, so stop it.
Well, we know there's a new one coming, but
You can stop it right there. Just
what really quickly? What did you not like about it?
Yeah.
I just didn't. I couldn't get into it. The first one, I put 20-something hours into it, and I was like, I'm not having any fun. Is this a Dark Souls game?
Well, 11 hours of that was riding an elevator, right?
Yeah, no, that's
Right. Am I right?
I felt like that editor. Yeah. When does it get fun? After 22 hours?
Mm.
I just didn't like it.
Dave, should it continue? And if either way, why?
Oh yeah, go ahead. I mean, they have a whole universe to build. I mean, they could do completely all new characters and everything. It's a great universe to play in. So as long as they have quality people behind it, go ahead, keep going.
Kate?
Yeah, I totally would love to see more Mass Effect. And like Dave said, you could not have Shepard. You could start it off with completely different characters in that same universe. There's lots of room to grow there.
Matt, what do you think about Mass Effect?
I would rather have a new sci-fi series. I would like to have more sci-fi series, but I would rather say that 3 put the knife in Mass Effect and start over with a new series.
Nick?
I'm gonna agree with Matt on this one. I think we're done. It had a good run. It was fun, but we're over. I still have the trilogy to play, but yeah, start over, start fresh.
I am actually looking forward to the new one because they're going to start over and incorporate all the things from dialogue choices in Dragon Age to all the things they've learned from their other games. I'm actually excited to see where it goes because I think it will be something new. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I think 3 put a fork in it, but that's the point. They're going to move on to something else. Okay, this one is only for a select few of us. Turo?
Scared.
Turo. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Favorite criminal organization in Pokemon?
Oh, what?
I'm gonna give my answer now. Team Rocket.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
I
Team
gotta go
Rocket
with the
because
You
it's
have
classic.
to go with the
the
original, yeah.
It's the only one I know.
Giovanni is like your dad.
I don't know.
Oh, spoiler. Sorry. No, I'm kidding.
You're the only one that's got a cool saying.
You're a
I
maiden.
don't know. I kind of like Team
That's
Magma.
sweet.
Did you say Team Smegma?
No, Magma. I kind of like the whole Team Magma, Team Aqua thing. I thought that was kind of cool.
That was
your
cool. I
second.
liked how they did that, but I have to go original with Team Rocket too. Yeah.
I felt like
Alright.
Rocket were the only ones who were actually evil.
Yeah. Well, and Meowth. Yeah.
Well,
Like,
one
the
of
other
them
ones,
wanted
like, the
to.
other ones always seemed to have, like, they were just kind of, like, either misguided or just whiny.
Well, have you seen Rusty?
Yeah, Team Aqua was evil, man. They wanted the whole world to be in water.
Yeah, they wanted to take out everybody. Or
Wanted
everybody.
to kill everybody. Like, nope, water, everything.
We're just going to start a whole new world. You know, start from scratch. That's how we
whole
came
new
about.
You
world?
fantastic point
Thank
of
you.
view.
Thank you. Thank you.
Little
All
Mermaid's
right,
here.
Now, has anyone on the panel? Has anyone on the panel?
Flannel.
Planet.
Panel.
I thought I was the only one.
Anybody in the
thinking-
planet.
I'm thinking Aladdin and panel at the same time.
Planlanel.
Has
Plaladin.
anyone on the panel played Fire Emblem?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, the final question: Nor or Hoshido, and why?
Oh, it's been too long.
Nope,
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't
I've already
understand
filled up.
those words.
My RAM has reset, so
Yeah, I've lost that volatile memory.
Yeah, we're going back too many years for me to answer that.
sorry.
We're all old and starting to get senile.
And believe it or not, I have never played a Fire Emblem game.
I haven't
Wow.
either, so
Yeah, you're missing out. They were so. I played them like on the old.
Game Boy Advance.
I really
Yeah.
wanted to get
The latest one on the 3DS, both of my boys have played. So if that's still relevant to this conversation, I can go see if either of them are awake. But
No, it's okay. It's fine. So that's going to bring us to the end of the show, right on time. Couple
Wow, I didn't expect that.
housekeeping items. Please do visit the website, gamersledge.com. You can find articles. Of course, we're giving you new content every single day between articles and videos. On Mondays, we have Video Veg, if you like TV, movies, film. We're talking about that on that podcast. Tuesdays, we put up our Quick Bites, which is our preview of games you may have missed on the downloadable services. Sometimes we do big games on there too, but most of the time it's smaller stuff you might have missed. On Wednesdays, of course, Gamersledge podcast. Thanks for tuning in for today. And he says it is the new Fire Emblem game. Thanks for answering his questions, by the way.
Anytime.
And then also, please do
Loading
follow us on Twitter.
That's the game.
Yeah, at Gamersledge, Facebook.com/Gamersledge, and then if you'd like to write in your questions, you can do so, of course, at both at Gamersledge, BALTH, at Gamersledge.com. That brings us to final thoughts for the week. We'll start all the way on my far left with Turo.
Play more Witcher. Yeah.
Dave?
They're remaking Big Trouble in Little China, and I want to die.
Is it a remake or a sequel? I've heard both.
No, it's a remake with The
It-
Rock.
Yeah, it's a remake.
Why? Why?
Because they hate me.
See, the thing that's crazy is look what I have right here, the original. The original.
I have that
next
over
to it.
there.
It's fantastic.
It's over there.
So I, you know what? I'm not sure. It could be good. We'll see.
It's not. It was made in that type of movie was made in the perfect timeline.
What?
I don't know. That was a rim shot?
It was
Was.
Big Trouble in Little China was special in its own little thing. Like they gotta stop. Like it's going crazy with the remakes.
Well, it's cheaper to repackage something that 90% of the universe has not seen than it is to come up with a new idea that's untested.
But it's just
I'm right there with you. But yeah. Kate, final thoughts?
Record keeper.
That is a final thought.
You know, when you say it like that,
Queen.
I swear to God, you're saying Trapper Keeper.
The Furk Queen.
Yes.
Queen of Furking.
Oh boy. Family show. All right, Matt. Final thought.
don't buy hard ciders that have apple juice in the ingredients list. They taste like shite.
I had reds. I had a bunch of reds last weekend, and oh
Reds
my
are
gosh.
for-
That's not a cider. That's an ale.
It's
an
an
ale.
ale.
It's very
and
tasty.
Terrible.
I like it.
It's tasty. Yeah, Reds is pretty good. Try a Wicked.
Yeah.
Nick, final thoughts.
Just one. Destiny may introduce trading. Oh, in-player trading. I may actually get a Galahorn.
So it's gonna.
If only they could trade trophies.
Don't get
Oh.
get all three of my characters for that one final trophy.
Oh, and my final thought. Let's see. It seems like there was something important going on this week. What was it? New talking them down from the ledge tomorrow. We're going to be doing a bunch of streaming over the weekend. There was something else, and I can't remember what it is. Well, that's all right.
Gen Con?
So Gen Con's coming up. That's at the end of July. Of course. Oh, that's what it is. Thank you, Matt. We're going to be live blogging from the Sony press event at E3. So check that out.
You guys going to be there?
We're not going to be at the. I'm going to a press event, but I'm not going to the one. Yeah, I'm not going to the one. But we will be live blogging from the event. So check that out. That'll be live on the site. And then last but not least, in typical flat fashion, why don't blind people go skydiving?
It's just not very safe.
Because it scares the bejesus out of the dogs.
Oh, Jesus.
Until next week.
Man.
Game on.
Game on.
Where's the rim shot button? Come on.
Family show.